Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. So, guys, we can see we got another fireball going, and that one looks really bright. Looks really bright, and I don't necessarily think a lot of these are guaranteed to be meteors. They could be other things.
They could be. I saw one exactly like that. It was like a teardrop shape, except for it landed on the ground not very far where I was from, and it was going straight down, and it landed, and then it disappeared.
Pretty wild stuff.
Way wild.
And you felt that that was a certain type of extraterrestrial energy, interdimensional energy.
It felt extraterrestrial. I want to say like angelic, like maybe Metatron or somebody like that. But the feeling was that they were saying, you're okay, we got you.
Well, that's a good thing. You're okay, we got you. There's more video to see. So what's wild about this is this was seen everywhere from South Carolina all the way up to Canada. So this was seen over such a large expanse. Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and Ontario. 119 reports so far. Pretty wild.
That is, I mean, it doesn't look like it's stretching that far. Look at it. It's just going a little ways.
It seems to be going fairly parallel to the horizon. If it went that far, again, I don't think that's typical meteor.
No, it doesn't feel like it. No.
No, my gut is that's some sort of ship or some sort of being.
I think so too.
So here you see this is also out of RT. Paranoid asteroid, 5 more space rocks headed towards Earth, highlighting need for planetary defense initiatives. We have talked about this before. That's one of the things. And really these planetary defense initiatives, what they're setting up for is to fight the good guys. That's what this is all about. It's about creating loosh, creating fear. We have close to 100 asteroids that come within a lunar distance of the Earth lately on a regular basis, right? The lunar distance is like 239,000, I believe. Let me see if they give it here. It's somewhere around 239,000 miles. And look at some of these. 1.8 million miles, 4.1 million miles, 3.6, and 2.3. To me, that's selling something. It's selling advertising. It's also selling the need for a space force, the need for more satellites up there to do what? Well, we could guess at some of the things that those satellites are doing. I think it's definitely a lot of premeditated putting a seed in people's minds.
Definitely. That's what they do. They plant lots of seeds.
And we see tens of thousands without power after an exceedingly rare derecho makes weather history in Wyoming and Colorado. And we heard some of our family members talking about it. It's only a third derecho recorded in the western U.S. That's rare. And it wreaked havoc in Wyoming and Colorado. But this is part of what's coming. The changes that are coming are going to be so breathtaking, I think, is a good way to put it. They will be breathtaking.
Oh yeah, I think they're going to be just really beyond anything that we could ever imagine.
So 3 days after a severe derecho killed 3 and cut power to 500,000 people across Pennsylvania and New Jersey, another one, packing winds over 75 miles an hour, moved across Wyoming and Colorado, damaging homes, knocking down trees and power lines. Actually impaled one gentleman as a child. That was very sad. As you see the storms coming through, the intense winds, we get a lot of intense winds as well. And it's part of what's coming. 110 mile an hour gust in Winter Park, Colorado. Winds up to 99 miles an hour in Great Divide, Colorado. 81 miles per hour in Rock Springs, Wyoming. 78 mile an hour wind gust reported at Denver International Airport. Pretty intense lightning and hail, torrential rains as well. And this is from the watchers talking about the same thing, and you can see the storms just lighting up the sky. There's some video there as well. And we see floods affect 800,000 in China's Hunan, Jiangxi, and Guangxi provinces. Heavy rains, flooding. Again, this is in central and southern China over the past couple of days. At least 2 people killed, 4 missing. It's part of the intense changes in the biblical village of Bethsaida, where Jesus fed 5,000, is flooded by the rising Sea of Galilee. And, of course, there's lots of prophecies that we've been talking about from biblical and non-biblical traditions. They actually forced archaeologists to abandon the excavation site, and that was the hometown to disciples Andrew, Peter, and Philip. So pretty wild stuff, but, hey, we're in times that were foretold from, over 2,000 years ago. Thunder, snow, winter-like temperatures hit Nevada as well. A wintry weekend was suffered by all in northeastern Nevada, with a 42-degree Fahrenheit temperature drop registered from Friday to Sunday. That is not typical.
No, that is so strange.
And Cindy has family up in the Elko area, and they're getting snow. Snow. It's June what, 7th? Well, yes, when it hits June 7th, and you're getting snow. That's crazy. And you had high temperatures of 92 up there in the upstate, and then dropping all the way down to 50s or below, and actually getting snow in some parts, as you see this wintry scenario over there. And the entire western half of North America chilled dramatically. Hey, we've talked about it. It's all about the jet stream. The magnetosphere is weakening. We're going to see craziness abound.
Yes, we are. And it's just going to get, I don't know, more crazy, you guys. It's hold on to your britches.
Yeah, for sure. Hang on to your pants. Hang on tight, batten the hatches. Do what you got to do. Cindy and I, we've been debating because we know we're going to start working on another project. What do we do? One of them is a windbreak. We're thinking that might be the most important thing because honestly, it's getting tough to sleep in the camper when it feels like it's going to get flipped over. And even in other places, you can't tell if it's an earthquake going on or if it's just the wind, but everything is just vibrating and shaking, and we are hearing like a dull roar, and it almost feels like it's coming from under the ground.
It was last night. It was kind of creepy when we heard that. That really concerned me, the rumbling.
Yeah, because, something's going to happen. I really feel like we're very close to something major happening on the west and the western side of the country. It really feels like we're creeping towards Cascadia, San Andreas, the Garlock Fault, perhaps in the Gulf of California and the Baja Peninsula. It's going to rip up like we were talking about with Walker Lane. And perhaps, over in western Arizona, we will find ourselves right on the ocean there, or going all the way up to Reno. It's building, but then again, truly, the only safe place is in your heart and with, peace and spirituality, because there's going to be challenges anywhere we go. And, we talked about looking at all the landslides and look at all the flooding and the water. So Cristobal as well, is going straight up the Mississippi River right now, basically, and that's going to add to flooding conditions. There's going to be some intense storms. The storms are getting more intense. So when hurricane season, hits, and we've already had 3 named storms in the Atlantic Basin, which isn't a record in and of itself, you just don't know. Anywhere from Florida to Texas, up to the Carolinas, even up to New England, you could get hit and hammered. It's all just part of this changing weather, changing globe, and, part of what we've been talking about. It's kind of hard, and I've had people before when we were showing the Earth change maps, and, Nevada, for the most part, is not there anymore. Utah, for the most part, is not there anymore. You know, the ocean actually goes all the way into Nebraska, and you know, I've seen comments with people saying, you know, some of those places are 6,000 to 10,000 feet high. How in the world is that possible? But there have been major catastrophes on this planet at regular intervals. And, you know, there are cities at the bottom of oceans right now. And, you know, this is part of what's coming is tremendous earth changes. And we're just starting to really get into it.
Yeah, I do believe that we're like on the cusp of stuff getting really interesting.
Interesting to say the least. Yeah, if you like those roller coaster rides that spin you upside down and do those, you know, 200-foot vertical drops, yeah, it's not for the weak. And so when we look, we see Ridgecrest area has still got a good amount of activity. Same thing still going up by Tonopah. Swarming going on at Mono Lake. Also, you know, heading over into Mammoth Lakes. I gotta wonder, you know, new supervolcano, where will it pop up, if it does pop up? Or will the pressure be released through the big one? You know, last night was super ominous. I was looking at it. There was nothing at all between Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, and Utah. It was like dead silent, and that makes me take notice, because then I feel like something big is really building. We still see the release down here, and we do have 18 last time I peeked. Yeah, still 18 quakes over in Oklahoma, so there is energy going over that way, and of course, you know, that's been fracked till there's no tomorrow. Lots of things going on that we're watching. And so Stereo A got a glimpse of a comet, as you can see there, go flying by. Comet Atlas, it's still going. I mean, it didn't turn out to be the spectacular thing many people were hoping for, but still going. And I'm kind of wondering, what is that coming through here? Look at this. What is that coming into view? That's not moving. I mean, that is moving against the backdrop. So is that a planet? Could be. Maybe it's Mercury. Or maybe it's a ship. Or maybe it's one of Elon's little things, little toys in space. Somebody had posted a picture of Elon in, like, you know, it's partially turning reptilian. I didn't share that with you. I forgot to share it with you. Mirror image of the sun and earth reportedly found in the depths of space. So they're talking about a Goldilocks planet and a Goldilocks sun, kind of in the same position as ours. And, you know, life abounds out there. We have just been kept in the dark on purpose, made to think all these, you know, falsehoods in order to keep us in a certain frame of mind. You know, if we knew that there's all sorts of civilizations out there, all sorts of advanced cultures, if we knew for sure, it would change our perspective on life in general in such a way that, just think about it. If you knew there's other places out there where there was peace, you know, harmony, happiness, you might start thinking, well, maybe I want off of this planet. You know, maybe I want to get to some other planet. Why can't we get some nice guys to come by and pick us up and take us, you know, to a place where we're not, you know, spending our entire lives just working and slaving and, you know, having our rights taken away and all that. It would totally change it. So the mindset that this is all there is, there's nobody else out there, that you have one life and then you'll be judged, and that you better go to the church, or you better, you know, obey the government.
Better tithe.
Better tithe. All that is all about keeping us in a slave mentality. And if we knew that there were other societies out there that were getting along in very harmonious ways, and that we don't just live once, you know, we are eternal, because, you know, again, everything is energy. Everything is consciousness. Consciousness is the stuff of the universe. So it changes everything. It makes them lose their grip on us. And then we start to rise above.
Well, when we understand things are not as they appear, that's when they start losing their grip.
So 27 everyday items you can easily make yourself. We've talked about the toothpaste that we use. Cindy's been making her own hand sanitizer.
Yep, making my own hand sanitizer, toothpaste, everything. I think that's important.
You can make all-purpose cleaners. A lot of people do that too. You could just use vinegar and some other things, add a little tea tree.
Vinegar works wonders. I love vinegar.
Dish soap, that's another thing that's not hard to do on your own. Honestly, I should get back to making Zeke's food because I've been a little bit lazy with that right now because we've had so much stuff going on. But honestly, I would always make Zeke's food from scratch, knowing that I was putting a whole bunch of different ingredients in it, adding a lot of turmeric. We'll start doing that again, because it's just healthier. Although we do buy a good grade of dog food as well. Drain cleaner, there's so many things. Floor cleaner, there's recipes here for all these things. Furniture polish, ice packs, insect repellent, there's natural options there.
Definitely. I think what is it? It's tea tree and lemon essential oil helps.
Yeah, tea tree is something you always got to keep on hand. Like we always have tea tree, eucalyptus, peppermint. Always keep lavender too. As far as the essential oils, you can make your own laundry detergent. It's not hard, and you can save yourself a ton of money, and plus there's no harsh chemicals.
Yeah, that's the super big deal, is no chemicals.
Oven cleaner, stain remover, window cleaner as well. Even other things, baby wipes and deodorant. Yeah, deodorant's not a biggie either. Very similar to the toothpaste. Eye makeup remover, lip balm, mouthwash, shampoo and conditioner, shaving cream. Every one of these, and I'll give you guys the links, has basically different recipes for you to do. Soap, sunscreen, toothpaste, and sunscreen again. I always felt that's the additives in there that gives you skin cancer. I really, really do. I think that there's so many additives and things that are so toxic. It's part of that layering effect upon us. The GMOs, the stuff up in the air that's being sprayed every day, all the toxins, the dyes, the sugar, the high fructose corn syrups, all those horrible things that add up, and they come out equaling a very sick individual with tons of illnesses.
They really, really do. It's horrible. It's like a kind of alchemy, sadistic type of alchemy they do to us.
Compost, you can make your own compost bin, lawn fertilizer, weed killer. So lots of different items. I want to thank you guys for your support on Patreon and also on Ko-Fi. You've kept us going. We really appreciate it. Stay prepared, stay upbeat, stay positive, guys. Much love. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.